window is open and it won't move anymore. Well, let's fix it. First I will investigate whether it's the motor or the switch. I begin by removing the switch with a flat screwdriver. Now that the switch is out, I have a look for any broken cables or loose connectors. But in this case it all looks to be okay. Now to unplug the switch, there's a little release that you can press in, and then while you press it in you just pull the plug out and off comes the switch. And again, have a quick look. Yeah, it looks okay. Now we got to get to the motor, and to get to the motor we need to take all the trim off. And again I'm using a flat screwdriver to take the cover off. Behind the cover there are two screws that require a T25 Torx screwdriver. So here I'm quickly removing the top one, and the bottom one, the screwdriver wasn't long enough. So I had to use my little socket set with an extension bar and a T25 bit in the end to remove that bottom screw. And again our trusted screwdriver to take that little cover off. And out it pops and reveals another Torx T25 screw. So once this one is removed, we can take the door release handle off. So take it out slowly so you can see how the cable is connected to it and how the mechanism works. So when you put it back together you know how it fits. So there's another screw on the far end that needs to be removed. And then 4 screws that are covered by little caps again. Flat screwdriver, take the caps out, and then use the Torx screwdriver to take those screws out. Now you can take the door trim off. I forgot to remove the side mirror control, and that's the reason why it looks a bit clunky, but it was an easy fix. So now it's off, and I just have to unplug that little cable for the door light. Now this part you don't have to do, but I thought I'd show you what it looks like behind the cover here. There you can see how the window is sitting in that mechanism. So the motor is actually hiding behind the cover next to the speaker. There it is. So to check whether it's the motor's fault, we now need to take the cable off and find out whether the motor is actually getting any electricity. To do that, we reconnect the switch, and once it's in, I just quickly check whether the switch is working by testing the other windows. And now I'm connecting a multimeter to the cable that goes to the motor, and then flick the switch and see whether there's any current flowing through it. And you can see there is. So we know now it's the motor that is not working anymore. Most people take the whole assembly out, but I prefer to just take the motor out. So it's a bit tricky because it's hard to get to those screws, and they're actually just normal Phillips heads, but again I'm using the trick with a little socket wrench. So the motor is held by 3 screws. You see it a bit later. Yeah, the one in the back that's very hard to get to. But once they're out, it takes a little bit of a wiggle and jiggle, and out it comes. I'm getting a replacement motor from the wreckers, but my window is still down. So to wind the window up without a motor, this is what I do. I take some plumbing pliers and just rip the whole thing out, and you can see that I can use my fingers now to do the action of the motor. I'm just holding that little socket wrench there at the end just to prevent it from moving out. And while I'm doing this, the window just slowly moves up until it's closed. Fast forward, here's the replacement assembly from the wreckers. There's the motor. And so I'm just going to remove that motor from the assembly and put it into the car. So as I said before, here you can see the 3 screws that I'm now going to remove with the Phillips head screwdriver. And once they're out, it's quite easy to take out. All we have to do now is put it back into where it belongs. And again, it takes a little bit of a jiggle wiggle, and then you get it, you feel it when it's flush. And once flush, put the screws back in and tighten it up. Here again, I'm using my little trick. This time I put a little bit of a sticky tape around it, prevent the bit from falling out. It was getting a bit annoying. Put the plug in, and then we're gonna do a little test run. Again, I'm testing the other windows first, making sure that the switch is working. And now drum rolls. Are we gonna have success? Yes! There you go. All the way down and all the way up. Well, and now the boring part of putting it all back together. So it's pretty much making sure that all the cables are in the right place and that all the rubber seals are properly aligned. And then when everything is in its groove, you just have to put the screws back in. And then when you get to the door release handle, just make sure that the cable is properly in position, including the white bit there. And that's it. And now the switch, align it, put it in, make sure it's connected. Squash it back into place. And then a final check, making sure all is working. Wonderful. Now giving it the final touch. That's it. And if you found this video helpful and informative, I would really appreciate a thumbs up.